Our story takes place long, long ago in the land of ancient Greece. An honorable woman named Danae
and her brave son Perseus
lived a modest life on the island of Seriphos, but all is not well. The king has become very fond of Danae, but Danae is not fond of the king. Danae, I wish to marry you.
No, thank you, my king.
I could have any woman I desire, and I choose you.
I do not wish to be married.
Do you know what happens to those who refuse the king? He begins to draw his sword. Perseus wishes him.
My mother has the right to say no to you. Come, mother, let us depart.
Perseus and Danae leave. I must find a way to get rid of that boy, Perseus. You will always protect his mother. If he were gone, I feel sure I could convince her to be my wife, or else force her. The king devises an evil plan. Tell me.
There are many fearsome monsters. One of the most deadly is the Gorgon Medusa.
She is an evil woman with hideous face. Instead of
hands, she has sharp brass claws. Anyone who looks at her turns into stone.
She lives with her two Gorgon sisters. They are immortal, so they cannot be killed. Medusa, however, is mortal.
Perfect. I will send Perseus on an impossible mission. He will never return alive. The king announces that he plans to marry a different woman. He hosts a party. Perseus, all the men in my kingdom brought me a gift except you. Are you so poor and lazy that you have nothing to offer your king?
I may be poor, but I am not lazy. I will bring you whatever gift you desire.
Very well. I want you to bring me the head of the Gorgon Medusa. The crowd gasps.
I'll do it.
Her location is a mystery. Perseus travels over land and sea trying to find her. Even with his immense strength and courage, Perseus cannot imagine how he will kill Medusa without turning to stone.
One night, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, appears before him. With her is Hermes, the messenger of the gods.
Perseus, we will help you!
O powerful Athena, I am so grateful to you. I do not know how I'll cut off Medusa's head if I cannot look at her.
Take this shining metal shield. Use it as a mirror. Do not cast your eyes directly upon Medusa, but look at her reflection in the shield. Then you will be safe.
Take this magic sickle. Its diamond blade can cut off her head with one stroke.
Thank you, but where can I find Medusa?
Only the Grey Sisters can tell you. They live on a cliff by the edge of the sea.
Athena and Hermes show Perseus the way to the Grey Sisters.
They live on the other side of this mountain. You must go alone and go quietly.
Perseus climbs into the Grey Sisters' lair. He sees that they are old and glass-hue. They share one eye, which they pass back and forth.
Perseus hides behind a rock and watching them.
I heard something. Did either of you?
Don't be ridiculous. That's only the wind.
Give me the eye. I want to look around. You just had it. I want it again.
Selfish, selfish.
Fine, here it is.
As she removes the eye and hands it to her sister, Perseus leaps in and snatches it.
Well, where is it? I just gave it to you. You lie. My hand is empty.
Did you drop it?
No, I didn't.
Then who has it?
I have it.
Give it back.
Answer one question. Where can I find the Gorgon Medusa?
We can't reveal that to you. The Gorgons are our sisters.
We'll never tell.
Never, ever.
If you don't tell me, I will throw your eye into the sea.
No! We'll tell.
You must go to the nymphs of the north. Only they can help you.
Tell me the nymph's location, and I will return your eye to you.
The Grey Sisters tell Perseus where to find them. He returns their eye.
Perseus finds the beautiful nymphs of the north.
The winds told us you were coming.
O lovely nymphs, I seek the Gorgon Medusa so that I may cut off her head.
She is a diabolical creature. We would be honored to help you.
You will need 3 things. First, these big sandals. Put them on and you will be able to soar through the air to the Gorgon's cave at the end of the road.
Here is a cloth sack. Even after you cut Medusa's head off, one glance can still turn you to stone. You must put her head in this sack immediately.
The final thing you need is the Cap of Darkness.
She hands Perseus a golden helmet.
When you put it on, it covers you in darkness, making you invisible.
Medusa's wretched sisters will not be able to find you as you escape.
Now go,
Be
be swift and brave.
Thank you, O nymphs.
Through the sky, Perseus sails on his winged sandals farther and farther until he reaches the entrance to Medusa's cave. Everywhere he looks, he sees statues. Statues that used to be humans and animals, turned to stone when they looked at Medusa. Perseus creeps into the cave, walking backward and using Athena's shield as a mirror to see behind him. Medusa and her sisters are sleeping. As Perseus nears, the snakes in Medusa's head began hissing and rearing their heads. Medusa starts to awaken. In the reflection, Perseus sees her lift her head. Her eyes fly open, and she shrieks with rage when she sees him. Perseus must act quickly, or he is doomed. He raises his magical sickle and strikes behind himself, giving one mighty swing. Medusa's wicked scream ends abruptly as her head rolls away from her body. The deed is done. Perseus grabs Medusa's head and shoves it into the sack without looking at it. Just then, Medusa's sisters wake up and see her headless body.
Ah, our sister!
Who has done this horrible thing?
Perseus flees the cave. The Gorgon sisters fly after him.
You cannot get away from us!
We will avenge the death of our sister Medusa.
Perseus throws the cap of darkness onto his head and becomes invisible. He flies off into the night.
Perseus returns to Seriphos. He finds his mother in the palace. Mother, why are you on your knees scrubbing the floor here?
The king made me a slave because I refused to marry him.
I thought he chose another woman to be his wife.
It was all just a lie to get rid of you.
The king enters. He is amazed to see Perseus alive.
You here? How is it possible?
I have returned with a gift for you, O king. Perseus holds out the sack.
Do you expect me to believe that you actually have the head of Gorgon Medusa in that bag?
The king and his advisors laugh.
I do. Would you care to see it?
Of course we would.
Mother, shield your eyes. Perseus and Diana close their eyes as Perseus lifts Medusa's head out of the sack. The king's eyes widen in shock.
He and his advisors immediately turn to stone. Their faces
Forever frozen in an expression of awe and horror.
Perseus puts the severed head into the bag and runs to his mother.
My valiant son!
Throughout Greece, word quickly spreads of Perseus' daring feat. He will always be remembered as a hero.